Hey Slightly Unblended, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. Today we are fading into hue. Ha ha ha. So cringy. But anyway, we're using this palette and doing this look. So if you'd like to see how I got it, then just keep on watching. Hey, welcome back. I am going to do something colorful today because I really wanted to play with some colors. And so I decided, you know, haven't made a video with the Fade into Hue palette by Colourpop yet. And I'm going to. So I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. I have a lot of colors going on here. My lid is already primed. I'm going to go ahead and take the Colourpop E10 brush and go into, now I have a hard time pronouncing the names of these shades, but I'm going to go into the darkest purple in the palette right now. And I'm only going to be applying it about halfway from the inner corner of my eye. I'm applying it into the crease and into the deep crease. About halfway. So I did I want to say one look with this palette, and I found out that I'm actually kind of, well, pretty obsessed with this pink shade right here. It's like a hot pink and it has some reflex in it, and I was like, I need to find a way to use it with that because I love it. And I'm sorry my voice is still messed up. This is only a few days after I filmed my favorite palettes of 2020 video, and my voice is a little better, but it still sounds like but yeah, so I apologize for that. I'm going to take my Sigma E25 brush and go into the second darkest purple shade just to blend that out. Well, actually, no. Scrap that. I'm going to make sure that you have your brush cleaned off or whatever. I'm going to take my Colourpop E10 brush and I'm going to go into Iconic, which is the blue shade, and I'm going to wing that from the middle of my lid to the outer corner of my eye because this will be somewhat of a cut crease look. You got to cut the crease out anyway. So, you know, I like to talk about books and whatnot that I'm listening to on Audible because, like, I don't have time to read like I should. I should definitely be reading, but I really just don't have the time. So Audible is like what I listen to books on because I love. So I go through periods where I want to listen to music. I'm just winging this out, by the way. And I go through periods where all I want to do is listen to music, and then I'll make myself sick of music. And then I will go through periods of where I just want to listen to true crime. And so I'll do that, and then I'll be so tired of true crime or become so enthralled with it that I'm just like, I don't know, it's just, I'll fixate on it and be like, oh my gosh. But I'm listening to, oh, I need to get it pulled back up. I'm listening to The Cheerleaders. Who is it by? It's by Kara Thomas. And I started it yesterday. It's like 9 hours, and I've been listening to it for like 3 hours. I started it yesterday, and I listened for about 2.5 hours. And while I was doing this, I'm doing my eyebrows and everything, I listened to it. And I really considered making this a voiceover so that I could listen to it. But I was like, it's a palette that I haven't used on my channel and I want to talk about it and whatnot. But I just figured that we could talk about books for a minute. Have you ever read the book, ever heard of it, ever listened to it, anything like that? Because I'm just like, the whole time, I'm like, ooh. Because I listened to Dead Girls Don't Lie the last time I had a little coin for my subscription or whatever, and yeah, that was a very good book. So I'm just like trying to get into all these like not really true crime, but like, I don't know, just get into some kind of books to listen to so that I can have like something interesting to talk about. So now I'm going to take this purple shade, and I think, yes, Majestic. And I'm going to blend out the first shade, which it's spelled Zeitgeist. I don't want to butcher it, so yeah, that was the first shade I went into. I'm going to take my Morphe M507 brush and just do a little bit of blending to get that nice and gradient purple effect. And I have had entirely too much coffee and energy drinks today, so I'm quite shaky. I planned on doing like a little glitter in the crease. I might still do that, but I was like, I'm going to shake and it's going to be everywhere. I'm going to be pissed. So I kind of skipped out on it. Now I'm just taking this and I'm doing windshield wiper back and forth motions. And I'm going to go back into that first shade to just touch it up a little bit more. One thing I've noticed, see, I said I've only done one look with this palette. I've tried, and I'm not going to bullshit you, because, like, I'm just not. But, I've tried to do several looks with this palette, and I'm not exactly sure of what it is, but there is something with this dark purple that is, like, obnoxious, because it wants to try to come off patchy. And I use the lightest tan. And what made me say anything is I'm kind of seeing it. I mean, I'm going to cut the crease there anyway, but like, I just wanted to point out that like right here is like kind of coming off patchy, which is why I haven't done as many looks, but I'm so guilty for using purple constantly. I did want to point that out. It's not something that happens like every time, so I'm wondering if it is in my techniques where I'm having this issue, but that, the Z letter shade there is like kind of difficult to work with. So now with my Sigma E25 brush, I'm going to go into the shade Take It Easel, which is this lightest shade up here. I'm going to work with it before I go into the Watermark shade, which has some reflex in it. It's beautiful. That's one thing I'm not super crazy about reflect shades, because I'm just like, if I want a matte, I want it to be matte and not sparkly, but like, I don't know, I'm kind of digging it. So, yeah, I do like those. The ones with the glitter reflex in them are like some of the most gorgeous shades in the palette. But I'm just going to take that Take It Easel shade and just start to blend out the Iconic shade. So I know this is going to be in the new year when I upload this video, because before this one goes up, I have to do my Chemical Romance and Hip Dot review, because I was planning on doing something with it, but it came in right as Christmas was like getting here, and I was trying to get everything ready for that. Like, I wanted to clean the house and wrap presents, and like I had to make food, because I was helping to make some food to take to go see my parents and whatnot, and yeah, so I just haven't had a chance, and I've been obnoxiously exhausted lately. I don't know, but that's gonna go up before this one, and I'm hoping that by the time this one goes up, I'll have something figured out, because I do want to start uploading twice a week. I know that's going to make things a little more time consuming when it comes to editing and things for me, but I really enjoy editing.
My bad, this one's going up
now
first.
I'm going back into Iconic with that Morphe M507 brush, and I'm just going to touch it up to create the depth. I'm super excited too, because I'm hoping that I'll get everything as organized as I need to, and I'm looking forward to doing some collabs this year. Like, I did one with Twintorials, let's see, in 2019. They are my favorite, really. Like, I can't remember exactly when I found them, but it was on Raw Beauty Christie's Twitter. We just started talking in the comments, and like, I'm so thankful that I found them. They are really amazing, and I love their work. And with their 25 days of Christmas uploads, I was binging it, and I got behind, so like one day I was just like, well, I have to cook, so I turned it on while I was cooking and was watching just all their videos, and I love them so much. And let's see, I think that was, oh, and my friend Rabia, we did some collabs. I want to say we've done 2 or 3 collabs, and I'm looking forward to us doing one together soon. Like she said, after New Year. I just get excited to do looks with my friends and like have that makeup like, okay, we're gonna do this, and it's so exciting to plan and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. Now I'm gonna take this iconic, I'm so lame, this beautiful watermark shade with the reflex in it on the Morphe M507 brush, and I'm just going to work that in. Blend it right here just for a little extra effect. This is such a gorgeous blue. I'm really looking forward to doing some more looks with the Love Tahiti palette because I remembered, because I've been using it a lot. I remembered how much I absolutely love it. It is one, well, I mean, I know that I talked about it in my favorite palettes of 2020 video, but it is such an amazing palette. I always look forward to using it. I've cleaned this brush off and I'm going to go back in to Take It Easel and just blenderoo. Oh yeah, by the way, I know I was talking about Twintorials. If you have not checked them out yet, you should totally do it. They have an Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel. I'll have to double check and see if that's it, but I can definitely link their Instagram and YouTube channel down below because they're amazing. And if you haven't checked them out, you're missing out. And I don't want you to miss out on all the good things in life. And they are definitely an amazing part of life. So now I'm just going to go into the shade Selfie, but I'm going to take it on the Sigma E25 brush just to blend out these purple shades and give it a little less of a like bold purple effect going on here. More gradient anyway. I seriously like cannot thank you all enough for watching and taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. Like, to know that I have anyone that's interested in like watching what I do. I feel like I'm just lame. I've always felt that way, and I feel like that's me keeping myself like in a box and like making it hard for me to like be more social, is because I just feel like I'm obnoxious. But I want to thank every one of you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch me, to like my posts on Instagram, whatever you do, wherever you found me. Thank you so much for taking your time to keep up with what I do. It really, really means the world to me, and I cannot thank you enough. I'm going to go back into that first shade that we used with the Morphe M507 brush and just really touch this crease up. I love how well, like, I know I was just kind of like talking a little bit of cheese about this shade, but it really goes, I mean, I guess because, you know, purple and blue, like, they go together, but it blends so well with the blue to where it's almost like a seamless transition into the blue from the purple. So that is like a lot of fun to get it blended and looking the way I want it to, in a sense anyway. So I'm going to clean this brush off. Oh yeah, let me tell you. I honestly am not like trying to like throw any shade at Colourpop, but I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's like, from this purple shade that I was talking about having a little bit of issue with, it kicks product all the way over, all over everything else. So like, you might have to like dust it off if you don't want purple in your other shades. Just a heads up, no shade. So now I'm going to take that second shade, the Majestic shade, and really focus on getting it nice and blended. Have y'all been watching anything interesting lately? I have never really watched The Price is Right, but a while back my husband and I found The Price is Right Pluto channel, and so that's what we've been watching. Yeah, it really cracks me up because my husband gets so excited when they're like, what'd she win? And it's like, how about a new car. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So now every time they say a new car, I'm like, a new car. And it's just obnoxious. Now I'm going to take the Selfie shade, which is the lightest purple, on that Sigma E25 brush and really blend that out. We really enjoy being goofy together. It's just like what we do. We'll just make up our little jokes, watching stuff. Actually, we've been trying to get back into One Piece because I thought that it was going to be December when the new episodes were coming out, and it was actually in November. And I was like, I told my best friend Nikki wrong. Like, I said it was December, but it was actually November. I usually watch it dubbed. I'm going back into Iconic, by the way. I watch it dubbed. I find it, and well, I mean, I'm not not always. I have found a page on Instagram where, like, I want to say maybe the day after the new episode comes out in Japan, they put it on Instagram and it's already, like, got the subtitles and stuff. I was just kind of, like, curious as to, like, what's going on, and I've kind of sort of been watching current episodes, and none of it makes sense because I'm so far behind. But I was like, this is all different. I don't know what's going on. So I guess whenever we run out of the dubbed episodes, we might have to start watching it subbed because I want to get caught up so bad. I feel like we need some glitter, and I don't know. Ah, yes. I had my, wait, no, I thought that was Midnight Cowboy. I was all excited. It was Molten Midnight. It was a Stila shade. I was looking for my Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy glitter, but I don't know what I did with it because I am so terrible at actually being organized. So I'm gonna look for that real quick. Ah, yes, exactly. Terrible at keeping up with my stuff and being organized. I found it, but I'm kind of scared to apply it because I don't want to make a mess. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, I need to build up a little bit more of that watermark shade. I'm just going to take it on the Sigma E25 brush and give her a little blenderoo. I almost feel like this is a trust the process kind of look because it looks kind of right now, but it'll come together. It's strange what micellar water on a Q-tip to remove and then like taking more primer, cutting the crease and everything can do to the look. So I'm going to take a little bit more of Take It Easel and just give her a little blenderoo again. Alright, so now is the part where I take the micellar water on a Q-tip and clean off my lid space just so that we can have a nice and clean canvas to work with. Now that my lid is cleaned off, I will be taking my Morphe M421 brush and my primer to go ahead and carve out the crease the rest of the way. Alright, now that it's all carved out and I'm looking all or whatever that is, I'm just going to go ahead and take my Colourpop E10 brush and some of that Iconic shade, which was the first bit of the blue that we got into. Before I do that, let me just pat this out because I can't stand for my primer to be looking all gunky like that. You don't really have to. I'm just like way too much of a perfectionist about stuff, so totally skip this step if you are not feeling it. And everyone is like, why does it take you so long to do your makeup? Yeah, I figured it out. I'm too much of a perfectionist about anything. But anyway, I'm going to take this shade and I'm going to take it right about to my lash line. And I'm going to flick it kind of like I'm doing a wing. I'm going to try to be as precise as I can because I'm going to blend it out. And with my Morphe M507 brush, I'm going to go into Watermark just to blend that out. and then I'm going to go into the Take It Easel shade, which is like the baby blue shade, and just give it a blend. Alright, so where did I put that brush? There, nope. Okay, so I'm going to take my Morphe M408 brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Designer for right now, but I'm going to put a little bit of Dyed Up. So I'm going to go into Designer right now, and then I'm going to go and put a little bit of Dyed Up on top of that so that it'll make this really like lime green shade. So I'm just going to take that and I'm going to apply it to the wing part right here. I'm just kind of stamping it down. So I'm going to clean that brush off and I'm going to go into Dyed Up, and I'm going to pat it down on top of that shade. See, it's like so vibrant. She's so cute. Really, I'm just obnoxious. Okay, I'm going to go into Big Smile, which is this very pretty yellow shade. Now, I will admit, okay, here's Big Smile. But this yellow right here, Abstract, is such a badass yellow. Literally one of my favorites that I've tried so far. The yellow in the Carnival 3 palette is really good. And there was, what other yellow was it that was really good? There's a couple of them, but this one is a really, really nice yellow. I feel like it's hard for me to find yellows that I actually enjoy. But yeah, this palette has a good yellow in it. So I'm always excited for a good yellow. I'm going to take a little bit more. I'm going to clean that brush off. I'm going to take a little bit more of Dyed Up and just kind of get it nice and blended here. Sweet. Alright, let's see. Aha, yes. I'm going to go into Art Deco, which is a very lovely orange. I love it. It's got the reflex in it. I don't know what it is about the reflex in this palette, but I am so drawn to these shades that have the reflex in them, which usually I'm not, but with this palette I am. So I'm going to apply it. I'm going to try to blend it very nicely with the yellow shade. And I'm going to go back into the yellow just to like get it nice and blended. It's a lot of going between shades and a lot of like patting it down and making sure that it's like a nice ingredient blend. So I'm going to just take that and kind of just pat it. And then do little baby back and forth blending motions. Very, 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 very gently. I say it like that to remind myself because I'm very bad about just going ham. So, yeah. Alright, so Love and Warhol. I'm not quite sure on how to pronounce that, but it is a like peachy, salmony shade. And I'm going to apply it to the edges and a little bit farther down towards the inner corner of the crease area, just so that it has a nice and gradient shade to blend with that very, 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 very stunning pink shade that I'm obsessed with. Nothing like a fire under my ass, like getting to talk about makeup. Like, I've never felt a burning passion for anything aside from cats like I do makeup. But I can just, like, get out of that social, like, being very afraid to talk when I know that I'm going to talk about makeup. Like, there's just something about it that makes it easier for me. I'm going to go back into the orange and just kind of blend them together. Which makes me wish that I knew anything about makeup when I was in school, or like if that makeup would have been a bigger deal when I was in school, because then maybe I could have like made more friends or been less awkward. I don't know, but there's just something about makeup that I can sit and talk about it all day. Now, I think it's Adelaire. I'm not quite sure how to say it, but it is my absolute favorite shade in this palette. I love it so much. I would kiss it if I could. I'm going to take it and apply it to the rest of the concealer. I keep wanting to say concealer. It's primer, but you can use concealer. It's just all in the preference. I'm just going to pat that down. Oh my gosh, I was so freaking embarrassed earlier because I was trying to explain like which Cleona shadow I was wearing in something like in a post that I'd shared on Twitter, and they were like, what's the shade? And it's Smolder, but my phone was telling me that I was spelling it wrong when I was spelling it the way that they did. And so I have too much faith in my autocorrect. I'm just like, okay, it knows what it's talking about, because I can't spell. Like, I literally suck at spelling. So I was like, okay, then that's probably right, even though I was like, no. And so, yeah, I was so embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't spell. But I'm going to go back into that Love and Whirl shade and just kind of get that nice and gradient, because I want that shade. This shade kind of reminds me, like, especially mixed with this pink, it kind of reminds me of this crayon that I was like obsessed with in preschool, and I tried to get them all out of all the crayon boxes to use to color my dinosaurs with, and then the other kids would get mad at me, and then I was being a little turd, and so the teacher had to take it away because I was wanting to like have them all for myself. That was like back when pink was my favorite color in the world, but purple's like my favorite now. So I'm just working between shades, going between this pink and that like salmony color shade. And if we're being honest, I think this is it for right now. I'm so excited. So I'm going to go and finish doing the rest of my face, listen to my book while I finish the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I am excited. I've been wanting to do something colorful for a minute. I wanted to dig back into this palette and just like do something kind of different, even though I did do a cut crease. Well, I mean a halo cut crease with it, but whatever, you know, like just something a little bit different. Let me know what you'd like to see next down below. Don't forget to use the hashtag #SlightlyUnblended for your chance to be featured in an upcoming video. I'll have all my social medias listed down below. And yeah, don't forget, tell me what books you've been into, listening to, songs that you've been enjoying, anything. Let's have a conversation about the things that we love and spread positivity and love and have a good conversation and make friends. Yeah, I know, kind of weird, but whatever. The internet is a very big place, just like the world, and it is also a place where you can make awesome friends. I've made some very great ones that I'm very thankful for. So yes, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Bye!